everyone, welcome to your next video. This video is going to be our chest and our abs workout routine. So let's go ahead and get started and get this workout done. Our first exercise is going to be push-ups, because push-ups are just a fundamental exercise when working on trying to build your chest, okay? I'm going to give you your regular push-up first, and then we'll do our modified and move into our advanced. So I've got my mat ready. For a regular push-up, what we're going to do is we are going to stay on our knees, and almost forgot to mention this, we're going to do 5 push-ups regular, and then we're going to do another set of 5 push-ups doing a tricep push-up to just make it a little different. So for our regular push-up, we're going to be on our knees. Arms are a little bit further than your shoulder width. For me, it's about the width of my yoga mat. So what we're doing, we're dropping our knees, our hips down. We're going to come down and push up. Really trying to keep your bottom flat, kind of like how we did a plank. So let's go ahead and do 5 this way, then I'll show you the tricep push-up. So here we go, let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now for our tricep push-up, the only difference is going to be the position of our hands. Our elbows are going to stay into our sides, so our hands are actually coming in more than our shoulder, and our elbows are going to stay into our side and pressing up. So my shoulder and my chest are doing this one. My knees are still bent. Let's go ahead and do 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if you had a hard time doing that, I went very low to the ground. If you can't go that low, don't go that low. Just do the level that you're able to control. Okay, so let's do our modified version of this exercise. Now for this, you are going to use a wall or the back of a sofa, and I'll show you what I mean. But since I don't have any of those out here in nature, I'm gonna actually use a tree to do our modified version of a push-up. Okay, so I found a tree. This is a nice tree. I'm hoping I'm not standing in poison ivy, but anyways, so for your modified push-up, this is what it's gonna look like. So for you, if you're inside, use a wall. If you're outside like me, use a tree. So your hands are gonna be kind of in the same position, and if you look at my body, it's in the same position as a push-up. And what I'm going to do is come towards the tree and push up. I'm still using my chest muscles to do this. So let's go ahead and do 5, and then I'll show you the tricep push-up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for our tricep push-up. It's going to be done the same, but you got to get a little bit closer to the wall, or in my case, the tree. The arms are going to be a little bit closer down to your side, and it's going to be the same thing. My elbows are staying to my side, and I'm pressing up. So let's do 5 this way. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. So let's go back to the mat and do our advanced version of a push-up. So now for our advanced version of the push-ups, it's going to be relatively the same. Our knees are not going to be on the mat though. So it's going to look like this. Arms out a little bit further than my shoulders. I'm on my toes, going down and up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can see push-ups are not my strongest point. That was a little bit challenging for me, but I promise as we continue doing this, we're gonna get better. You know Toby's had to make an appearance, especially if we're outside. Now for our tricep push-up, let's go ahead and get these next 5 tricep push-ups done. So my hands are coming closer to my body and my elbows are going to stay at my side the whole time I'm pressing up and down. So, feet fully extended, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. Let's move on to our next exercise. So our next exercise is going to be an ab workout. Now, this one, if you were with me on our last challenge, you've done with me before. This is the roll-ups, and I know a lot of people didn't like this one, but it's a very good abdominal workout. So we're gonna start this, our regular version. We're gonna need that in a little bit. So regular version is we're lying down and we're pulling up towards our feet. If you need to, you can kind of grab your thighs as you go. Then you're slowly lowering yourself back down to your mat and pulling back up. So let's go ahead and do 10 and then we'll do our modified. So here we go, let's start down and pull up. So here we are, roll up. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Good job. So now we're going to do the modified version of that one. And how this is going to look, we're starting down, our feet are bent, and you can use your legs to help you up. So what that's going to look like is you can grab your legs and help pull you up to a nice sitting position and then come back. So let's do 10. So up nice and straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there, 9, and 10. Good work. So now we're going to do our advanced version of this one, and you're going to need your resistance band. So how this looks is we're going to be putting our band, the ball of our feet. All right, so we're starting with our legs out, and you're going to grab the band nice and tight with both hands. So what we're doing is we're lying back, and we're starting in this position. We're lying back, and you're having to pull your body back against the band and control it up as you're coming up. So you're gonna see it's a little bit of a challenge. So I'm holding pretty tight, and this is what it's gonna look like. So we're coming back, trying to keep those feet down, and it's hard. Laying all the way down, and then rolling all the way up, trying to control the feet because the band's really wanting to move it. All right, so let's go ahead and do our 10 here. So let's go. So roll down, pull up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost there, halfway. 6, 7, 9, last 1. 10. Great job. So let's move to our next exercise. Our next exercise is going to be our Russian rows. So this one, we have done this one before. We're starting in this position, kind of grabbing our arms in the center. We're rotating, leaning back, rotating, leaning back. Now, for our regular one, if you're not able to go that low, you can just go here. My elbow's not touching the mat, but I'm still rotating and coming forward. So let's go ahead and do 10. So this is what it's gonna look like. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, for our modified version, it looks identical. The only difference is we're not going to be going back as far. So the posture's still the same, but we're just not leaning back as much. And this is what it's going to look like. You're going to lean to the side, come up, lean to the side, come up. So we're still using those obliques to pull us back to center each time. It's just not going to be as challenging. So let's do 10. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. So now let's do our more advanced one. And for this one, you are going to need your resistance band. We're putting the band around the ball of our foot, just as we've been doing. Now, I'm going to be grabbing up on the band and actually wrapping it around my hand a little bit. How this is going to look is pretty similar, but my feet are coming up, hands are together, and how I'm doing this is I'm going to come up, rotate, up, rotate, up. So we're going for 10, all right? So feet up, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost there, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I love this exercise with the resistance. I really feel it. So let's go ahead and go to our next one. Our last 2 exercises of this video are going to be for our chest. We are going to do a chest press. Now, for the regular one, we're going to go ahead and use the resistance to give it a little bit more. If you don't have a resistance band, that's fine. Or if you want to use hand weights, you can do the same. And how this is done is you're holding the band very loosely. Hands are here, and all we're doing, arms are shoulder length. We are just pressing apart and bringing it back together. Now, I do feel my shoulders working some in this one, but you're really going to feel your chest moving in order to move this band. So let's go ahead and do 10. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so for our modified version, we're not going to use the resistance, we're just going to do the exercise. So for this one, it's the same concept like you had the band. We're pressing out, and since I don't have the resistance, I want that full range of motion. Pause for a second and bring it back in. So let's do 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so for our advanced one, we want our resistance band. Now, to make this hard, I'm folding the band in half, so I'm having double strength on this resistance band. I'm also going to be grabbing it here so that I'm having to really put in that work to get the band to separate. We are gonna do our pulse at the end, and I promise you, if you do it this way, you are really gonna feel it. So same thing, I'm grabbing, I'm pulling, and bringing it back together, and that is tough. So here we go, let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. That one I really feel. So let's do our final exercise for this video. And this one is another form of a chest press. It's just a little bit different. How this one is done, and again, for the regular, we're gonna use the resistance because I think you're gonna see that it's a little easy if we don't. So we're going to be standing on the band in the middle, feet apart. And what we're doing is we're bringing the band up behind our elbows, and our elbows are going to be staying in this bent position, because what we're doing is we're going to be bringing our palms together and pressing out. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 10. So 1, and you want to keep this 90-degree bend in your elbows to really make the pec muscles, part of your chest, work. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. So now let's do our modified. It's going to be the same. And if you're getting tired or you're having a hard time, feel free to sit down and do this exercise. But for this video, I don't have anywhere to sit, so we're gonna do it standing. So the concept is the same, feet kind of hip width apart. Our arms are coming up, and this time, because I don't have the resistance and we're making it a little easier, I want the elbows and the hands to come together in front. You're opening out and coming back. All right, so let's go for 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so final one, advance. Let's grab our band. So this one is going to be a combination of those last two that you just did. So we're standing in the band. We're standing on the band, hip width apart. This time, I'm gonna grab up more because that automatically makes the resistance harder. But here's the thing. We are going to, so same thing, bring it on the outside of your elbow. This time though, I'm keeping my palms closed because I really have to hold the band because it's pretty taut. So what I'm gonna do though is we're starting here, elbows and hands coming together,
opening out, coming together, and as they're together up here, really squeeze together and hold that contraction. So let's go for 10, and we are pulsing. So here we go. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and here's what our pulse is going to look like. Squeeze halfway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we are done. Great workout. You guys did a fantastic job working our chest and our abs today. Keep pushing yourself. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon.